See you. Thank you. And here she is, my new Toyota GR86. Wait, hold on a second. I think I'm doing this whole YouTube thing wrong because I should have done an announcement within an announcement after an announcement. But no, this is my new project car. And as you can see, this video is a bit long because I was still showing you how I picked up the car from the dealer. We already did a technical overview together with George, so there's going to be that. But first of all, as the title of this video says, you can actually also win this car. So what's up with that? Over the winter, I co-founded a company called Gapped together with friends of mine that you actually already seen on the channel, and we did some laps with them earlier. And one of the things that we'll be doing is actually giving away cars. So go to Gapped.Online and register your interest to find out more about the competition and about our future projects, because we have lots of things coming. There we go, that's a YouTube thing. There's going to be lots more, so stay tuned for the exciting things to come. No, on a serious note, there's going to be really cool. Now, short thing, as you can see, we are also at Atomic, and we just saw Oleg walking away home because we just now also on top, we pre-ordered, I would say, half the value of the car, new price of the car in parts at Atomic alone. And there's going to be also a lot of other brands involved. So it's going to be quite an interesting project car. But first, of course, in 2 days' time, on Sunday, we will do some stock laps and a lot more stock laps when the track is reopened and take you along the process of how we will be building this car. Extremely hyped and excited. First project car in the last 3 years. And yeah, this is actually Robert's car because he bought it first. And then he said, like, well, he had to wait for it quite some time. And then he said, well, I'm not much interested in that. And then I said, would you mind selling it to me? And then I thought, well, I'm actually blessed enough of not actually needing a project car because I get to drive manufacturer cars, mostly all of your cars. And then we thought, let's do something more special about it. So I hope you guys are just as excited about the project and about the idea. And I would say a more fast forward to a more sunny day when we actually picked up the car, because right now it's snowing at the ring. I hope it won't be in 2 days' time, but weather predictions seem to be all right. So, enjoy the rest of the video. You got everything?
I hope so.
Guess what it stands for?
I don't know.
That's not the car, Adrian.
No, it's not. But it's wet, so it's cinematic.
Oh. First, when we came out of the corner from that street, I thought this was it. But then like, oh no, wait, that's a Supra. But it's similar color, I think. I don't even know.
Yeah, what color is it?
It's dark bluish or something. I saw it on Robert's story once, half a year ago. I'm like, well, do you mind selling it to me then? Like, no, okay, like, okay, cool. And here we are, half a year later. Do you want to launch the drone too, of like showing the dealership we're picking it up? Oh, look at the spec of the color in that one. That's amazing. A Hummer, do they still exist? Stuff that you find. There, you wanted coffee. They have it here. I don't see it. In the back.
Is it?
I guess so. Now, let me try to find someone here. Did you get your coffee?
No.
Why?
Why not?
Because the machine is not working, or I don't know how to make it on. That's probably the thing. How did you do that?
Switch on.
Where? Where? Okay. Stupid.
Barkeeper.
Hey, I don't have this machine. You see, he's also having a problem.
Okay.
It's the same at home.
You better get a fancy bureau of the coffee being made, because that's what Maggie came for.
Who cares about the car?
No.
I'm not gonna drive it.
Maybe that could be your first lap of the Nürburgring.
No. Yeah, what if I crash it or something?
Why should you crash it?
Yeah, because I'm clumsy.
Hey, if I fall asleep with you driving, this means I trust you, so you're good.
It's not much like that. We try.
All right, back to B-roll of coffee.
Don't take a bit.
Do I really need to drink this?
Okay, you can take it, please. Perfect.
That's how real car pickups are being done, not this bullshit YouTube you see usually.
Yeah, the coffee is.
Yeah.
Coffee is the most,
Not like those.
but you don't have snacks, so we are.
I guess people usually know what car they're picking up as well.
That's true. No cover, no lint, nothing.
You can give this to Robert or keep it to yourself.
Do you know that I'm the new owner, actually, of the car?
Where is that?
The welcome box.
Woo!
It's directly from Toyota.
Nice. Does it have like some miniature?
Yeah,
Or
just,
is that a USB stick?
yes.
With like manuals and stuff, probably.
No, you can put your music on.
Really?
Soundtrack for the drive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some cable for this cell phones.
Nice. Okay, our first start. There we go. Button is the same position as the GT86, pretty much. Look at the logo spinning. I like that. Ooh. All right, let's get it outside and then we do the actual thing. Okay, we are outside. I drove the car literally for what, 20 seconds to drive it out and 20 meters. But the first impression is actually the engine is a lot torquier, and the torque peak, you already know by now already, is significantly better than the GT86 because it's so much easier to accelerate. The car doesn't want to stall, so I'm already happy with this first micro impression. So let's do maybe a quick walk around and actual driving. First impression, the color in the sun looks actually quite good. I like it. It's kind of subtle, very good, very nice. It's obviously something that was spec'd by Robert. Totally forgot to mention it to you. Yes, so the car was originally bought by Robert. It arrived, I think, last year in May, but then it was not really delivered because there was some recall worldwide. The car couldn't get delivered to their customers, and then it was available around October, after which he said like, yeah, well, it's the end of the season. Then he made a story on Instagram saying like, well, yeah, the car is there, but yeah, well, everything's for sale at the right price. After which I immediately DM'd him like, hey, so what's the right price? And so like 4 years ago or something, I bought a Toyota Supra, and then at last moment I also didn't want it, so he bought it off me, and now we have the other way around. We came to a complete circle. We'll be later visiting Robert to see the car with him, because he's now way too busy with work, so he cannot join us. But yeah, quick impressions. Obviously a lot of people have already those. They posted their reviews, etc, etc. I've seen the car at a motor show. I sat in it briefly, but now the first actual like really up close impressions with my project car. I like that the car comes with Michelin Pilot Sport Force. It is also a very narrow tire. I think it's 215 all around. I'm trying to find the size. Yeah, 215 on the front, and I think 215 on the rear as well. Yep, this means that you can do a massive skid. When it comes to the brakes, they look kind of small, but then again the car weighs like between 1250 to 1300 kilos, so I'm sure that's enough, although we're definitely going to upgrade the brakes for the track. Put different wheels on with tires as well, different suspension. It's gonna be actually basically the similar mods that we did to our GT86. Probably also gonna get a wing, just need to find one which can get through two, different exhaust, but for the rest, the seats are actually as well Ricardo pole positions. We're gonna put them in because as I was sitting in right now, and I can show it to you, it is not as horrible as the GR86 because that's an absolute disaster, but even here not much space and I'm completely down. So with helmet that would be a challenge. With the optional roll cage, I don't think we're gonna cage it, at least not the full cage. That would be impossible. For the rest, I really like the subtle upgrades of the dashboard, of the interior as well, and the first driver feedback that I have, it's actually very good, although I only, like I said, drove like 20 meters or so. The car comes with 20 kilometers, so it is really brand new, delivered to the dealer. Probably did a quick dealer or like the factory test drive, and that's it. Yeah, fresh. Okay, I guess let's go do our first test drive and impressions. Just a quick stop at the gas station, and look, it did a lap of Nürburgring when it comes to the mileage. All right, we are in the car. We already driven like 7 more kilometers. We refueled at 21, and I totally forgot that I actually wanted to make a first impression of driving the car, because I got so carried away with liking the car, enjoying the car, feeling the car, telling Maggie about the differences of the GT86 and the GR86. One more time, the main differences is of course the engine, because everyone, including myself, kinda was complaining that GT86 was underpowered with its 2-liter engine and having just 200 horsepower. Ideally you wanted like 250, like ideally, like even people were saying 300 would be good, because that's nowadays more or less a standard for a powerful car, but 250 and with significantly more torque. This car comes with a 2.4-liter engine. Stock it produces 235-ish horsepower, depends how you measure it of course, which is the same amount that we had on our GT86 after modifications, the intake, the exhaust, the chip tuning, which was good. I wouldn't say it was perfect for like the short handling, etc., but some like long stretches on the Nürburgring especially, let alone on Autobahn and traffic lights, forget about it. It was like still like kind of like meh. The biggest complaint was the lack of torque with just 200 horsepower. I forgot how many torques we had, Newton meters, on our car, on the GT86. But this one stock comes with 235 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque, but most importantly, it starts at 4,000 RPM roughly, I believe already, instead of the red line of like 7.5 or something, which was immediately what I noticed when I drove the car out of the dealer. So this was like really, wow, this is good already. Imagine what is going to happen once we modify the car with intake, exhaust and chip tuning, etc. If we're going to get the power around 250, 270 with torque, I don't know, can we reach 300? I don't know, I don't care. It's going to be already good, I'm certain of it. Another good positive is that the steering rack is actually shorter than the previous one. Not that the old one had I had much to complain about, but it means it's only going to be even better, so that's good. So really happy about the car. For the rest, regarding the interior, yeah, speedometer is good. You have all the necessary information that you need. I haven't gone through infotainment system or anything, because I won't be spending much time with it anyway. Drivability is really, really good. I mean, GT86 was already good, but now this, I told Maggie already, I'm really excited to drive the car on track, because it feels so good and subtle already. So like, yep, it's very promising. Yeah, we have your traction control off button, we have a track mode button, the same like we have in the facelift GT86, because the first gen GT86 only had the traction control off button. Oh, we 6th gear, that's it, that's all there is to it. Yeah, kind of it. Your first impressions?
I like it. I like outside. I'm not such an expert of all the modifications of car that you were telling.
But it's very important, because nowadays all the new cars, quite often people say like, what the actual F have you done to the design? It looks ugly because you either need to deal with pedestrian safety, with aerodynamics or other things, or you need to be like really flamboyant in terms of marketing. This is actually, it's good.
No, it's amazing from outside, with the color, with the lines, with everything, with the back from the car, front of the car.
Missing a wing.
Missing, yes, actually yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be like really nice touch. But it's really amazing. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable inside.
It is. It actually is.
It's small, like it's not like big car, but it's like really cool and it's nice to sit.
No, what I like is like indeed the use of materials. You have an Alcantara dashboard, Alcantara roof, and it has just the right amount of insulation material. This means that you still hear the engine, what you want from a sports car, but it's still comfortable and not obnoxious in your face. Obviously with a bit of mods it's gonna get there, but I cannot hear like engine coming out of the speakers or something, which is like makes every petrol head puke nowadays. So excited. First lap.
No, I really, it's better than Supra. I find it a little more comfortable than Supra.
Were you been in Supra?
Yes, with you.
When?
Bilstein.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally forgot.
Come on.
And the fast forward to Apex. The car is already on the lift and George is very ready to give his educated or maybe uneducated opinion, unbiased
I
opinion.
would just say opinion.
Whether I'm gonna like it or not. We know already that the cars, of course, have lots of similarities with the GT86. I'm very looking forward to see how many simulators there are underneath. To be honest, I know already based on the shopping list that I got from Atomic, based on parts, a lot of them are actually straightforward bolt-on from GT86, such as differential, etc. But what's your first impression?
It looks nice. I like the look of it. It's a cool looking car. It needs a front lip for sure.
And a wing.
Do you know what? At the moment, I'm really not sold on wings. But the little lip that they've put on, I think it suits it well.
It does.
The front definitely needs a front lip though. The front is like just crying for a front lip.
Yeah, for sure.
But
The car is, by the way, up on the lift slightly before you think that this is a full SUV mode.
Yeah, this is the actual Dakar spec. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Adrian's. Am I getting in your way?
Yes.
No, we're good. So the car's good. The car looks nice. Let's get straight to
the
good
heart,
stuff.
the good stuff. So as mentioned, now it's running a 2.4 instead of a 2 liter on the GT86, 235 horsepower, 250 Newton meters of torque with a good power band. But everything else looks like very identical.
Exactly. If you just went like this, oh, it's a GT86. It's literally the same.
Look how convenient the oil filter
Yeah, I
changes.
know. There's the best thing about the
so
86.
good.
It's really easy to run an oil cooler off of these as well.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I noticed actually. Yesterday we were doing some car-to-car shoots, and I was not driving above 4,000 RPM because we need to break in the engine, and on a cold 6-degree day, it was already giving 95 degrees of oil. So I'm like, on a hot day, full send on the track uphill the Kesselchen, we need an oil cooler.
Yeah, we put one on the 86, but the GT86 because it was like,
Yeah.
I think Robert really like kicked his head in one day and come back and was just like laughing. I was like, what? He's like, oh yeah, the oil temp is way hotter than it should be. And I was like, okay, just leave it for a bit then. Oil cooler's going on.
Yeah. So, for the rest, any impressions?
Yeah, it's all good. I have seen a few things of these from Japan already. There's a couple of the guys running the individual throttle bodies on this.
Ooh.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Yeah.
But obviously TUV can't allow that.
No.
It's without a big carbon intake with no noise and No, it's all right. It's good. Big sound restrictors on the intake as usual. I'm not sure if the GT86 had the same thing as this big empty box of probably foam.
I know we replaced it by AEM intake.
Yeah, the AEM intake was on there ever since I was here, so I wasn't sure what the stock intake looked like.
No. We put it on.
But yeah, I'm sure that the intake is going to be one of the biggest restrictions on this.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, always is. Just they put the restrictions in it, intake and exhaust always. So
yeah, you can see how narrow it is, like really baby. So I think that's going to be one of the mods for sure. For the rest, I guess
else.
from here not much to say. Suspension will be changed. Brakes, actually, you can see how baby small they are, but then again, in comparison to all the modern cars, this is only 1,300 something kilos, between 1,250 and 1,300 something. So for now, the brakes cope well, but once you put on the semi-slicks, grippier tires, and a bit more power, and also obviously a bit more RPMs.
it's the consecutive laps that's going to kill them, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll probably definitely gonna go for a different system. I just don't know yet what. We had an AP racing system on the GT86. Loved it a lot. Spoke to Atomic. They said, why don't you just put simply bigger calipers from a Subaru STI on it? Could be an option. We'll think about it. But then, of course, obviously the discs and lines and pads, etc.
Whatever you change, I'm definitely going to see if they fit on the Starlet.
Okay, you can have them. Okay, let's put it up in the air, see what's underneath. Oh look, it's a Subaru part. More Subaru.
I think all of them are. Like
Probably.
95% has Subaru stamps on, Subaru stamp.
Yeah. Full lightsaber here. Yeet. Okay, let's start at the back. Exhaust. Oh, look, it's really tiny baby. But then again, naturally aspirated. So probably we're gonna change it for Miltech because I know they already have a different system ready for it.
Yeah.
Diff is straight from a GT86, so we're gonna go with LSD, probably shorter final drive. Also
4.127 final drive, I think they have.
Yes, and diff cooling as well will probably be necessary. I think some arms as well on the rear, not sure with sway bars. We'll see. Suspension already mentioned. But it looks nice.
You've only got rubber bushing on the inside. This is a ball joint, which is nice. This is a rubber bushing. So to be fair, Toyota normally are really good with their bushings. They're normally really solid. So you probably won't need to change. I mean, look, there's no movement in there whatsoever.
I mean, it's a brand new car, so
Yeah, I know, but I mean, even on the F chassis, like you can still move the rubber bushings on the arms. But the GT86, I don't think we changed any of the arms. I think
well, we didn't change anything on the RS either. So
we just done. I think it was solid diff mounts with the Cusco rear casing and the Cusco diff, and that was it. I think the rest of it was all stock. You didn't need to. So it's pretty solid.
Nice, that's good. Well, on the front, there's not much we could see.
It's all like almost as. What is this as well? Hello.
Yeah, a
This
baby.
is the weirdest silencer I've ever seen in my life. Just cut it out. What's the point in putting that in?
Maybe that's the reason why the deliveries were held back for like a year. They needed to come up how to fix the emissions.
Looks like the gearbox is the same. I hope not, because the old one was absolute chocolate.
Well, chocolate if people didn't know how to drive.
Well, yeah. They were not a great gearbox, regardless, but they're just put a sequential in, be fine. The DG 300 from Drem, in it goes, job done. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same, to be honest. It does look exactly the same.
Which is not a bad thing, because the
bad
handling
thing.
components were very good and solid. The only thing was just the engine that people were complaining about. For
GT86, the engine, it looks a little bit dated, obviously now. It didn't age well, I don't think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the interior wasn't great. From what I see in the interior of this just now, it looks all right.
This is very good.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
With different dials, the digital stuff, it's good. But to be fair, they did already a good job on the facelift of GT86 from the normal on the facelift.
Yeah.
The interior went miles ahead.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So yeah, this should be.
Well, if they've kept everything the same and improved the engine, then this is going to be a good car.
It is.
I have faith.
Well, happy to hear your quick opinion and the quick intro and info. So yeah, that's, I guess, kind of it for today's video. I hope you are as excited as I am about the project, about the build that we're going to do to it, and everything else that will follow. Looking forward to be building the car, sharing the memories, and eventually also, quite literally, sharing the car with one of you, actually giving it away.